I'm Pepito. I'm the dog that produces the show, and now it is live, and I'm a dog.
Sloppy jalopy neck for the win.
We're live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's news it! I'm Pepito!
Hello, everyone. Good to see you. There we go. Get those tears out of reality real quick. Hope you're having a beautiful start to the week. It's Monday. And that means it's a news day. Full disclosure, some of the things around the stream might be broken today for the first time ever. I have been making various changes, for instance that could have broken things on the stream that I won't know until it happens. But eventually, that's still working great. Eventually, the things on the stream should start functioning more smoothly is the goal. So that's the goal, obviously, right, Pepito?
So Brixie said, am I broken?
Nope. I don't know what Case is talking about, and I don't care. And hello.
Oh, that's technically to help make your job easier, too.
I just don't have any frame of reference for what you're talking about. I don't have a job.
You're doing your job right now.
News to me.
Fair enough. That still works. Most of it should still work. But we might run into something that breaks. I don't know. I guess I don't really need to give that disclaimer, as that is how things generally happen. If you want the inside scoop, my stream used to run off a 4K base resolution. Very exciting.
I don't know what you're saying, and I'm bored.
But I changed it to 1080 because that's what the stream outputs at anyway. So it might smooth things over a little bit, but it also might make various things that are positionally related completely break. I wasn't running it at 4K, but in OBS you can have a base resolution of 4K. Because I had a 4K camera, I set it to that when I first started streaming without thinking. Yeah. And I also have this is one segment that's very likely to not work correctly, but we're gonna do it anyway. It's not as big of a deal because I'm not streaming at 4K, but I was definitely adding more rendering than I needed to by having a resolution that was different than what I was outputting at. Anyway, that's all changed now. I also it's how abnormal is the size of my OBS memory usage? And it was 6 or 7 times more OBS memory usage than most people's streams, and that hasn't changed much. But it's mostly because I have a million assets running concurrently, and a lot of my assets, it turns out, they were in the wrong file format. I have 64. Whatever the DDR Dance 64. I have all the RAM that Live and Sleazy told me to get for these big fat assets. Anyway, I'm slowly but surely pecking away at changing every single segment to hopefully take up less memory. And I think it already, I can tell, is working because less things on my screen. Basically, as I was streaming, things were starting to break more and more, and I was like, well, I guess maybe it's finally time. I could have had 192. Anyways, I guess it's finally time to start fixing old segments instead of making new segments. So I'm gonna be working on that with my little stream hobby for a while. But once all that's cleaned up, it's back to new segments again. Yeah, belt those assets in, that's what we're trying to do. We gotta swap some stuff to MP4s from WebMs, but we gotta keep some stuff as WebMs. It's a brave new world, and it's honestly all extremely exciting. And if you'd like any help, Case, I'm happy to do just that. I'd be happy to help.
Add options now.
Crumb, literally nobody asked, so. I don't know why you're here. And you're facing the wrong way. Is that better?
Vote now.
Did I do better? Starfist, are you facing the wrong way? What's the wrong way? No, Darfus is also facing the wrong way. How so? You have to sit in a specific way or it's confusing when I cut to you. Why? Just trust it. Why does Jeff Ripple hate Crumb? Crumb, why do you think? I don't know who hurt you, Jeff, but it wasn't me. And it's too bad that you have such a negative attitude, is what I would say. It's a little incendiary. You're just really trying to start something, aren't you, Crumb? No, you asked me. I didn't ask you to be here. I work here. How am I not asked to be here? But you're not booked to be like at the beginning of the show. It's pretty weird to just show up. Well, no, this is more of a clubhouse vibe. Whenever a celebrity guest comes through, it's a fun event. It's like a Muppet show. You know? You're kind of like a Muppet. Case, you don't have to join in on this hate train. People are allowed to be nice to me. Just so you know, we're adults here. This isn't high school. Well, high school, you technically learn things. So it's definitely not that. I'm taking up too much RAM. Actually, yeah, you're part of the reason. You've been looking worse and worse as the screen tries to capture your face. But I guess it's just too complex. Well, I do have a very complex physical register of emotions. Though I don't believe that's how cameras work. Last time I checked. Did I break something with that laugh? You might have. So could you go away? Just thought it'd be fun for me to show up at it. Well, the stream has already started, Crumb. Okay? We got some comments to get through. Oh, I can read those. I didn't ask you to. I can? You know what? Fine, Crumb. Okay, I'll check in with the comments. Turns out Larry Summers not only looks like a creep, but is one too. Come on, those are private emails. You don't talk normally in private communications. Isn't private communications one of the places you're way more likely to talk normally? Well, you don't talk with an eye for the public. I'm just saying, look, Larry is an old associate. You're going to say friend. Well, obviously, if he considers me a friend, then I'm not going to be punting friends out of the friend house. You probably should, because he's one of the more prominent people in the giant pedophile email dump. Okay, not most of those emails aren't about being a pedophile. That's like saying all of Lord of the Rings is about the treants, but the Ents are just a side character. Crumb, why are you so squirrely about this? I just want our country to stay focused on what matters. You kind of sound like the president. I don't agree with the president on anything. And my complaint here is different. It's that we're getting sidetracked from the issues that really matter to people, which are affordability. That's exactly what the president said. I just think leave Larry Summers out of this. He's mentioned he's emailing Epstein constantly. I'm just saying we don't need to throw everyone's reputation under the bus. I blame Pepito for the broken stream. Pepito? That's pretty fucked up.
I don't think it's my fault at all. Can I eat the blame? Because I've heard people do that. They eat the blame.
Yes.
Okay, I'm waiting. Feed it to me. Mm-hmm. Where's the blame?
I don't know. Hi, MSG. How you doing? Mr. Smith says the financier emails that someone have. Oh my gosh, my chat is freaking out. The financier emails that someone have no emails about finance. Exactly, Mr. Smith. The financier or Miss Myth could also be it. The financier emails are the ones that I'm referring to about Jeffrey Epstein, the financier.
Financier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Things being broken is a bin staple we come to expect. Yeah, they could be broken in new and exciting ways today. But seemingly so far, no. It's just the same ways. From interrupting other people's segments is why Jeff hates him. That could be reason. We'll ask Jeff. Jeff will be here in a minute. Does Crumb still piss fire from his hell days? I think that's a very fair question. Crumb, do you still piss fire? I never, other than the occasional kidney stone, I have never pissed fire. So if you've ever had a kidney stone, it feels like the devil is in your penis and he's trying to do, a little like urethra show. He's got his finger jammed in there like an old, early internet video. What are you talking about? Nothing. Okay, what other comments do we have? That's it. That's it. Burned like urethra Franklin. Is that a person? Urethra Franklin? Urethra Show is an awesome Twitch username, says Propaganda. I bet it's wide open if anybody wants it too. The crumb, it's called Sounding, says Call Me Aurelius. I knew that. I just didn't want to say anything inappropriate on a news channel. You were already talking about the devil sticking his finger in your urethra. That's hard to want to say. Your urethra? Your urethra. Your urethra. You should have that DJ Nugent guy make that one and I'll sing it. I think we need to move on, Crumb, actually. Just, Pepito, close that part of the stream down. We're going on to the news.
Okay, I'll go turn the fire on in the interview room. Yeah, just
burn out the fire room real quick. Okay, anyway, whatever. It is, in fact, news time. It's still your vagina. Don't let them take it from you. Alright.
I feel like I just get up. Ladies been against me. They want me to come.
Sorry, it took me a minute to wake up today. Gotta put my news brain on. Get ready for the news, everyone, with your friend, Yevribil. That's me. That is you. Don't interrupt my intro, Case. Okay. Hello, everyone. I was informed things might be broken, but to me, this seems like the same old piece of shit studio case. It's minor adjustments. I probably shouldn't have said anything. I think you're onto something there. Jeff vs. Crumb rap battle will happen someday? I don't want to do that. Sorry, just checking my little news docket over here. I take copious notes so that I make sure I have the hottest and freshest news opinions. Oh my gosh. Sorry, everyone. What are you doing? I'm checking my notes. I'm trying to remember what news I wanted to cover today. Can I just say, oh, what the hell happened? Huh? What's wrong? Crumb, did you get caught in the fire a little bit? Crumb, what the fuck? What? Did Pepito actually start a fire? What? I think you might have singed your eyebrows off there, man. I gotta go. I have to go. Do you draw those on usually? Are you like a drag performer on the side? I mean, that would be reasonable. No, I can't claim that I am a practitioner of that beautiful art form. Okay, let's just... Google Trash says, back from Europe. Sorry for being tardy to the Twitch party. Not at all. Thank you so much for the 35 months. Thank you so much. Did I hear that are you leaving or not? I guess I should get these eyebrows checked out. They grow back in fast. I bet they'll be back by the time somebody calls for a debate, if they do. Jesus, Chrome. This is just, it makes you even harder to look at. It's crazy what eyebrows do for a face. Huey Keeler says, Crumb has lots of little birds on the street that pass him information. Oh yeah, you look like that famous court guy, the medieval guy, Viserys. No, I mean the guy from Blade who's behind the computer. The big fat monster from Blade, the first one. Oh yeah, he does look like that. I look more like Varys, not Viserys. Viserys is the brother of Dany. Oh my gosh, I don't want to hear you talk about Game of Thrones right now, Crumb. Can we get to the news? Why are you interrupting so much today? I need to cheer me up. Did your eyebrows fall out because you died and went to hell? That's all of that is a rumor. He looks like the guy in Wind in the Willows. Let's Google that. Wind in the Willows. I think it's important that we check on this kind of thing. Totally agree. I'm gonna say... Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't think you look like these guys. I can't even open it up. God, Google image search sucks ass now. Stop insulting Google image search. Which one of these? Oh yeah, he kind of looks like all of these little things. I'd say he looks the most like the little rats here. But if they got all their hair burned off, say that's how you look, Crumb. What do you have against me, sir? Do I need to say anything? No, I think it's clear. Seriously. I've done nothing to anyone. You've done nothing of value? Can anyone be on my side today? This is crazy. I'm having a bad hair day. Because of whatever happened. I don't understand what happened. My body's been going through some changes. They call it, it's like women go through menopause. I'm going through puberty. It's a third puberty. Third? You went through 2 puberties already? Look, I gotta go. That'd be fine. Actually go, Crumb. Crumb should call his friend Larry. Well, he might have some advice. He's very familiar with puberty. Live and Sleazy says, this is Crumb. Not that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's him. I mean, this guy has more eyebrow than Crumb, by courtesy of the way his face is folding up. But more or less, yes. 100% that's Crumb. Wow. You have so many lookalikes, Crumb. I mean, you look worse than all of them, but you're like a worse version of so many different guys. Okay. Well, let's see. What should we talk about today? Resolutions! Not just for New Year's. I'm sure these will be fun resolutions that we all love to hear about. La 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 la. Whether they're pedophile resolutions or war crime resolutions. The national politique and global politique is resolute in their commitment to continue to do and say things. And I'm going to continue to say them as well. I just gotta open the story up. There it is. Okay. Shoot, you know what? You didn't even open up a picture for this case. You frickin' maniac. Dang it. Okay. There it is. There we go. Okay, yeah, now we're noosing. Now we're noosing and cruising. The UN Security Council adopts U.S. resolution on Trump's Gaza plan. Oh boy. Wait, who's Matt Lucas? Card King says, even deeper poll. Y'all remember the evil emperor in Crodmandoon. Crodmandoon. Do I remember Crodmandoon? We were in the middle of international news case. Do you really think it's worth talking about Crod Mandoon right now? Yes. It's Matt Lucas. Well, this isn't featuring the evil emperor. This is most of what I pulled up here is Crod, I believe. Crod Mandoon. Just in case it somehow pulls up porn of this, I'll cut away. Evil emperor. I don't remember Crod Mandoon well enough to know if it was a porn. Is this a porn? No, I don't think Crod Mandoon was a porn. I mean, am I really crazy? Oh, yeah. Well, again, more hair and more... well, not much more eyebrow. Yeah, this is pretty close. If Crumb could grow a goatee, then yes. And if he could be tolerated on any set other than this one, he could be the emperor from Crod Mandoon. They could bring it back. You never know. Crumb, nobody asked you. You're currently talking about me. You know, earlier I was talking about you being on too much of a delay, and you honestly are. You're delayed and you look terrible right now, so can you just leave? I guess. Is he fucking gone? Now you're thinking about the bodybuilders from Little Britain? Okay, I guess we should Google that too. Look, we're going to get to the late and breaking international news. And national news, obviously, but... These guys don't look... these guys do not look like Crumb. I mean, this guy has a little bit of his energy going on. This like, dumb fucking face here. Like, this dumb face this guy's intentionally making to look like an idiot. That reminds me of Crumb a little bit. That is also Matt Lucas? I believe it. Yeah, because it is? Yeah, I believe it. I'll choose to believe that. But it is Matt Lucas. Yeah, but, you know, believing anything is a choice, and I'm choosing to believe it. We're going through the whole filmography of Matt Lucas. In my headcanon, he's in those two shows. I also am not terribly familiar with Matt Lucas, so this is now all I know about him. That he's Crod Mandoon? Well, he's in Crod Mandoon. You know what? I'm calling this off. We're talking about news. Fine, Jeff. You're supposed to keep us on track, you son of a bitch. Michael Waltz and other ambassadors vote on a resolution for during a meeting at the United Security Council. That's what's pictured to my right. As today, November 17th, the UN Security Council on Monday, today, has voted to adopt a U.S.-drafted resolution endorsing President Donald Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza and authorizing an international stabilization force for the Palestinian enclave. We're still talking about Lucas's, actually, mostly in the chat. Is Crumb Matt Lucas? Is it possible for me to get through this news story today? We're just very Matt Lucas focused right now. / Victor Lucas, who I'm also not at all familiar with. Okay, I'm just going to barrel ahead. Israel and Palestinian militant groups, Hamas, agreed last month to the first Israel and Palestinian militant group, Hamas. They've been upgraded by Reuters from terrorist group to militant group. Agreed last month to the first phase of Trump's 20-point plan for Gaza, a ceasefire in their 2-year war and hostage release deal. But the UN resolution is seen as vital to legitimizing a transitional governance body and reassuring countries that are considering sending troops to Gaza. Well, this is probably fine, right? In what world are all these countries allied with Israel sending even more troops to Palestine a real positive step? I wonder. Well, but you know, you get enough countries together and surely they will help? Tony Blair and Peter Thiel will be in charge of Palestine. God, I wish that was a joke. It would be nice if that was a joke. Trump is cucking Israel? Maybe. I mean, you know, in my opinion, can you cuck yourself by the time you've docked fully, so much so that your penises have fused into the ultimate finger trap penis? You really can only get cucked together, is kind of how I feel about our relationship with that particular country, but... Well, I'll just stick with the facts here. Being reported by Reuters. He already docked with Bubba? No, he maybe blew him. Wait. No. Look, the guy who wrote that email about the pictures of Bubba, he already said that's not the Bubba he was referring to. He was probably referring to Bubba from Forrest Gump. Cuck me once, you can't get cucked again. Exactly, Don Johnson, you're getting it. Doesn't sending more troops equal more peace? That sounds right. Mr. President, yes?
Listen up, Jack. Card King Unjust Mama Jam 300 shiny tasty coins. And I've been dying to say this.
Yes?
Did somebody say Crowd Mandoon, Matt Lucas? God, I love that show. Kevin Hart was in it, there was a flaming sword, and Matt Lucas. Oh, I get such executive order thing.
No, Mr. President, you didn't finish your thought. He spends so much time before talking. He's a creature of routine. He really likes to mention the hot and tasty bits. Wait, Mr. President, come back. Please come back and finish your thought. I want to hear him out. Let's see if he can remember it. Because it was a big thought. But I think maybe if we believe... Ooh, there he is.
Case Blackwell said somebody say Crowd Mandoon and Matt Lucas. God, I love that show. Kevin Hart was in it. There was a flaming sword and Matt Lucas.
No, Mr. President!
Oh, I get such executive order thinking about that man anyway. What was Jeff saying? No. That's right. Nothing about Crowd Mandoon or Matt Lucas, so...
I'm going to count that as him finishing his thought. That's as close as we're going to get. Crowd Mandoon was goated. I have very vague memories of Crowd Mandoon. I think it was... I have vague memories of whoever that lady is in Crowd Mandoon. So I'm guessing it came out when I was a teenager, and that would have been like the only thing I noticed. Or I was in my 20s and just as pointlessly horny. Bubba from Forrest Gump was the quarterback bird from Goldie Hawn's 80s hit Wildcats. Look, everything is tied to something else, okay? I'm trying to do the news. Why? You know, Jeff, you just gotta submit to the fact that we barely do the news around here. You know? Oh, don't be cute, you bastard. The milk bath scene? I don't know what that is. That sounds familiar. Of course, Case remembers it. Wildcats had Tab Thacker, who played Cadet Thomas Conklin in Police Academy 4. Is this just the 6 degrees of every actor? Yeah, that's what we're doing today. Back to the news. The text of the resolution says member states can take part in the Trump-chaired Board of Peace envisioned as a transitional authority that would oversee reconstruction and economic recovery of Gaza. I don't mean to be dismissive of this story, by the way. This is extremely troubling, like almost all the news we get out of the Gaza-Palestine-Israel situation. Trump, like, literally has been quoted saying, you know, we own Gaza, essentially. We're going to own it. We shouldn't really be trusting UK prime ministers with reconstruction efforts or Peter Thiel. Obviously, all of these people are heavily invested in Israel as like a forward operating base for American and Western interests. And it's extremely unlikely that an international force would be aligned with anything other than the continued disenfranchisement of Palestinians, shrinking their resources, shrinking their land, shrinking their ability to exist in that space. So all of this is, you know, the slow-rolling, extending genocide that virtually all major Western powers have been supporting now for a decade. It's bad. This is bad stuff. The American Riviera, yes, live and sleazy. Trump will probably be dead by the time, like, hotels are being built, if that ends up being a thing. But if that fucking AI video that he made ends up being prescient in any way, that is incredibly depressing and obviously horrific. Card King says, at this point, I think Trump thinks Gaza End is actually Plaza and wants to tack his name on the back of it. Yeah. You know, just because it rhymes doesn't mean that it's not accurate. As to what he thinks. Israel, Livensley says, Israel's biggest airbase and their spaceport sits just north of Gaza, and they have always wanted it cleared out. Yeah, I mean, they just want as much territory, I think, as they can get. I mean, the Greater Israel Project, essentially, seems to be the mission. And Netanyahu, I don't have it pulled up, but he said basically today that he has zero interest and will push back, as he always has, on a Palestinian state. Whatever you think of like a two-state solution, not even being remotely open to it. I mean, he specifically means in the territory of Gaza, he's not open to a Palestinian state. Which is, again, essentially a genocidal statement in that they are also committed to Israel remaining an explicitly Jewish state. So if you're not open to pulling these people into your, enfranchising them basically in the state that they currently live in, then what are your options? You either keep them as this kind of secondary class and refuse to grant them actual citizenship because you want the demographics of your nation to be primarily whatever you want them to be, or you have to be open to giving them a separate state so that you can maintain your ethno-religious state. He's not open to either, so that means, I guess he's open to genocide is essentially what he's saying, which is what they're doing. Livensley says the Miami Dolphins QB, who is on the president's fitness council, wants an NFL game in Jerusalem. I wonder, I mean, the other thing is, like, obviously the Epstein stuff is, like, circling around Trump right now. People think he's losing power and he's losing, like, authority and the ability to fully whip the base of MAGA and the Republican Party. That could be true. Unfortunately, you know, like the Biden presidency proved, as far as the ruling class of Western nations is concerned, Israel seems to be, like, a bipartisan issue. Granted, the UN has made motions more recently to call what's happening in Gaza a genocide, but given the people that they seem open to putting in charge of like a reconstruction effort, they can call it a genocide and then just participate in it essentially, but just call it reconstruction. That's what I suspect is unfortunately what they're angling for here. But I'd love to, as usual, be proven wrong. Propaganda says, can we get an NFL game at DZ Discovery Zone? See, can't we just get behind that? Couldn't we just build a DZ Discovery Zone island, an unoccupied territory in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean? Now, these are the bold plans, Case, that have led to absolutely no one calling for you to run for office. Someone's probably been dumb enough to think I should run for office at some point. Who, you? No, not me. I wouldn't call for that ever, actually. Hamas, in a statement, reiterated that it will not disarm and argued that its fight against Israel is legitimate resistance, potentially pitting the militant group against the international force authorized by the resolution. Quote, the resolution imposes an international guardianship mechanism on the Gaza Strip, which our people and their factions reject, Hamas said in its statement, issued after the adoption of the resolution. Mike Waltz, the U.S. ambassador to the UN, said the resolution, which includes Trump's 20-point plan as an annex, quote, charts a possible pathway for Palestinian self-determination where rockets will give way to olive branches and there is a chance to agree on a political horizon. I don't think there's a very good chance to agree on a political horizon if both the people and whatever you think of them, the current ruling force outside of Israel in Gaza, Hamas, if they don't agree to this and are completely against it, and that's the basis of you trying to chart a path, then I don't know. I mean, I obviously I don't have like figures on, you know, classic American style. What are the polls on this saying of people in Palestine? Maybe there is a poll, I don't know, but it's hard to imagine them being in favor of this. I mean, I think broadly people in Palestine are in favor of just an end to like the constant bombardments and slaughter. But if at the other end of that, it's just, we're kind of kicking you all out of here anyway, I can't imagine that they'll be in favor of that. Mike Waltz was also the Signal Gate guy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hard to answer a poll wall. Yes. Yes. Okay. Anyway. What were we saying? Trump says, Trump or some official statement said, quote, it dismantles Hamas's grip. It ensures Gaza rises free from terror's shadow. Prosperous and secure, Waltz told the council ahead of the vote. Oh, that was Waltz. Sorry. It was Waltz saying that. like in a more just world, some kind of humanitarian reconstruction effort, an international like reconstruction effort, would, I think, make sense if the goal was just rebuild as many people's homes as possible, rebuild the infrastructure, and create a functioning society with self-determination in the Gaza Strip. Obviously, I'd be in support of that. There's just really no chance with these people in charge that'll be what happens. So all of this is hot air, but not the type that rises any balloons. It's not even good for balloons. Russia, which holds a veto on the Security Council, earlier signaled potential opposition to the resolution, but abstained from the vote, allowing the resolution to pass. The UN ambassadors of Russia and China, which also abstained, complained that the resolution does not give the UN a clear role in the future of Gaza. In essence, the Council is giving its blessing to a U.S. initiative on the basis of Washington's promises, giving complete control over the Gaza Strip to the Board of Peace and the ISF, or the International Stabilization Force, the modalities of which we know nothing about so far. That was from Russian Ambassador Vasily Nebenzia. The Palestinian Authority issued a statement welcoming the resolution and said it's ready to take part in implementation. The Palestinian Authority, I believe, is in charge of the West Bank, technically, still. The PLA is generally seen as sort of collaborators. Ooh, look at more stories. Weird seeing Russia as the moral one here. Yeah, all of these giant countries act on some level in their own self-interest, I'm sure. I don't want to claim the U.S. is like the only arbiter of bad decisions, or the only maker of bad decisions. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Every time we talk about, I just don't know what commentary to really offer other than, whoa, the lady whose name I forget, verse. Wait, I'll have to pull this up. Just a second. Encircled request from Sabrici, one lady intern whose name I forget, verse 30 or more college students who think they deserve the internship more than her. Okay. Yeah, we could probably do that. Probably. Well, we'll have to fiddle with some things before we go to that segment, but we will. Also, that segment might be broken, but we'll figure it out together. Also, there is a debate requested. Oh, there was? Did it not show up? I don't see it actually. But if there is, we will do it. All countries behave with self-interest, but with better healthcare than America. Plenty of them, yeah. I mean, the healthcare part. Encircled as an icon now? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Wow, you're making so many improvements. Okay, well, let's see. Pathway to statehood. Let's see what this Reuters story has to say about that. The resolution text says that conditions may finally be in place for a credible pathway to Palestinian, self-determination and statehood. Once the Palestinian Authority has carried out a reform program and Gaza's redevelopment has advanced, the United States will establish a dialogue between Israel and the Palestinians to agree on a political horizon for peaceful and prosperous coexistence, it says. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, under pressure from the right-wing members of his government, said on Sunday that Israel remains opposed to a Palestinian state and pledged to demilitarize Gaza the easy way or the hard way. Under pressure from the right-wing part of his government. I mean, he fucking is the right-wing part of his government at this point. And also, unfortunately, it would seem that there's kind of bi-party support for essentially taking over the Gaza Strip in Israel. Again, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I am not remotely an expert in Israeli politics, but it doesn't seem like that'd be a controversial statement to make in Israel, I guess is how I would put it. Bonzai Bullfrog says, I requested a debate of the worst thing you put in an email that might appear on the news one day. Huh, I wonder why it didn't show up. Yeah. It looks like you can still. Might have just not gone through. Because I think, or did it? Yeah, you can still demand a debate. You might have to demand it again, unless it did spend your points, in which case we'll just do it. But usually, but I mean, if it went through the system at least, then it would. Oh, it's the expert. I see. Worst thing you ever put in an email that might appear in the news one day. Okay, we'll do that instead of an expert then. Unless Crumb, do you want to just do it right now? I can. I'm not in my debate spot. What is going on with the background? What do you mean? You're falling apart, man. You're falling apart. Okay, well anyway, that is, that'll be our Gaza update for this week. Just starting you off with some light Monday news to make everybody feel good. Debate, the other thing I posted says, you don't have to do that. I don't want to make you burn all your points, but yes, we will do the debate. Anyway, yeah, that is our Gaza news update. Unfortunately, it's usually bad news. And we'll continue to read bad news to you about it, most likely. Hopefully someday that will change, but that day is not today. Well, should we do some fun news before we move on? No, Jeff, that's all you get. I just get to cover the news that's awkward to read on this stream that also features talking dogs and this monster bald man? Who's that? What are you talking about there? You have a lot of points. How many points do I have, Case? Well, you don't watch the stream, so you don't earn any points. But I'm on the stream. I should get points for that. No, you have to watch the stream to earn points. Jeff, go watch the stream. No, I refuse. And you'll never have points. This sucks. That sucks. Crumb looks like they dredged him out of a river. Look, I'm just having a bad hair day. Crumb, it's a joke because I don't have hair. But yeah, but today you really don't have hair. You're like fully hairless. It's just the lighting in here is weird. That's why there's a miasma forming around me and why it feels like my skin is talking to me. You're also like on just such a crazy delay. Anyway, let's move on for now. We got some stuff to get to today, and then I also, I gotta leave at some point to feed and water my Kendall as usually, so we can't take all day here, so let's get to it. I'll do the outro because an outro is a Ripple, and that's, and that is my name. I'll keep it simple. Yeah, my name is Jeff Ripple, okay? Okay. Jeff, whoa! See, this is what I was talking about, guys. Come back. Come back over here. 1 second. Ah! Whoa! Zooming back out. There we go. Lock in. Cameraman, come on, focus up. Okay, I gotta find Jevrything. Jevrything has been missing in action lately. But, everybody settle down. Settle down, thank you so much. Thank you. Jevrything has been missing in action, but we can look for him anyway. He's always getting work done, so maybe he's just been hiding because he's getting, sorry, not to put too fine of a point on it, but, maybe he's getting work done on his face, I guess, is all I can really say. Jesus. Okay, we'll count this today as Jeffrey. This will be our Jeffrey thing for the day. I think he's in recovery from some kind of shark gelatin operation, so he looks kind of weird. But his face will be back to normal in no time, I bet. Jesus Christ. Some of these, man. Got here just in time for the town hall meeting? You sure did. Potentially the most broken segment on the stream, given that I haven't touched it after making some broad and sweeping changes. But joining us today, that's right, give it up at, whoa, you guys, you're not even applauding. There you go. Give it up for our first guest. You probably don't know her, and I don't know if you love her, but it's Gianna Wet Mitchell. Whoa, what the fuck? I can't find her case. Give me just a second. She's under here somewhere. Gianna? Where is she? Gianna, get out of here. What the fuck? Guys, it's gonna work, don't worry. I'm sure it will work. Gianna, are you here yet? What do you want from me? I'm sure everybody shut the fuck up. I'm busy. Okay, that's not the strongest intro we've had. Oh, but the people love it. They like that? You little piggies, come on. You're not just supposed to take abuse like that. Have some self-respect. Disgusting what's happening to this country. Okay, she's not out to make friends today. Joining us, I guess, also fresh off of getting some snake gel, shark gel, jammed into his cuticles. It's Jeffreything. I'ma tell you one time. Hey everybody, it's Jeffreything. Jeffreything is Jeffreything. So I have to wear a hat right now to keep my head in. My skin is kind of, it can slough off my scalp if I don't wear this protective hat. So, did you just get a surgery to look even more like Justin Bieber? No, I'll look normal again. This is maintenance. My face Bieber's out while it's swelling. But I'm not afraid to mention that I care about how I look, so I get work done. Okay, well, you look fine. You kind of look more normal, actually. That's terrible. That's not what I wanted to hear. Where, Bieber? Is it a full moon, young man? Do you become a 30-year-old former pop star Twitch streamer whenever the full moon is out? Why do you know that much about Bieber, old lady? Touché. I like this guy. You like him already? Look, I like someone who can give me back some of my guff. And not in a sexual way, young man. You're not my type. You're about 30 years too young, and I'm not seeing any hair on that back. Well, it only grows in there when I have, like gorilla skin put on my back. It's a new procedure. How would that help your back? It exfoliates your back by it. I'm not on trial today. Can we talk about something else? Okay, you can send us community thoughts by typing !TH. I have no idea if this will work at all today, but hopefully your questions will still be able to be received. Let's talk to the first person we have on deck here. Yes, you there. Do you mind letting us know what's on your mind? Oh, it's you again. Yes?
Will Rob Alvey provide coverage for Ben's annual Thanksgiving Day Parade special?
Oh, sorry, I can't answer your question. Kendall needs my help.
Is this AI? Is this AI or is this like someone with a really shaky hand and then try to stabilize it?
It's actually not AI. Wait, you want me to hold it up to chat and get their opinion?
No, I want your opinion.
I think it's not AI.
You think it's like a shaky cam and then someone tried to stabilize the shit out of it?
Kendall's showing me a video. It kind of looks like those older AI videos where the faces kind of morph around each frame as the AI tries to like make a video. But it's actually, I'm pretty sure, just a guy shaking his camera around crazily. Because nowadays it'd honestly be kind of hard to get that effect with an AI.
Really?
Yeah, because it looks slightly too good to be an older model, and it looks slightly too jumpy to be a newer model. So you'd have to like really customize how you're fucking up your AI there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Who's asking?
Work.
It's for work. I'm helping with work. Is Kendall talking about Maya? No, I don't think so.
Who's Maya?
You want to talk to Maya?
Oh, no.
Okay. No, she doesn't. Are we doing this thing or not? This man had a question. Can you repeat your question, please? Yes? What's your question?
We Rob Alvey provide coverage for Ben's annual Thanksgiving Day Parade special.
I'm not Rob Alvey. How should I know the move, every single move that Rob Alvey's gonna make? I think he will. I believe in Rob. I know he's gonna do the right thing. Because I believe in the power of love in America. Thank you so much. That's my new single. You can buy it currently not in stores and not on the internet. You have to, it's exclusively available through a prompt at on Google Gemini. That is still the internet, everything. It's actually just Jevsnering right now. It's Jevsnering. Jevsnering. The new album I'm releasing is under Jevsnering. How do you spell that? You don't. All right, can we move on? Yeah, thank you so much. Next question, please. Yes, you there? You got a question for me? Yes. And whenever you're ready. Fire when ready. Okay. Whenever you're ready, sir. Looking very official today.
I reached a 105 watch streak today. Did Case notice?
You know, he should have. I'll say that. Someone who maybe appreciates their viewers' Case would have noticed that. Okay, that's actually fair. And Pope. I'll just call you Pope, say MSG, the 1138th. I apologize. Too late. Come on, it's not too late. I recognize it now. It's too late. Pathetic. I noticed, and I sent, and you'll be receiving. Currently, you'll be receiving my thanks. You said you're going to try to preview send something in the mail. You didn't send anything. I did notice, and I love my fans, and I think that's beautiful. I'm sorry I haven't been around. I've just been deep in the lab. Not a music lab, like a literal lab. I signed up for an experimental, they call it like bone excision. I'm trying to get my bones thinner so that my skin is more lustrous through bone excision. So I've been in the lab, so I just haven't been around, but I love my fans. I love you guys so much. You're the absolute best. Thank you so much for all of your support. I don't do this without you. You're the reason I do this. You are the reason. You're the reason. That is obviously a new song, and it is available through exclusive prompts on Google Gemini. What's the song called? Pussy? But it's not that type. Okay, listen. Thank you for your question.
Who has been correspondent you hate the most, and is it Crumb?
It's definitely Crumb. Honestly, politically, we're quite close. I consider myself a reasonable, common sense. It's not a party. I am the party of reason and common sense, actually. He claims to be. We agree on several issues, but the main thing we disagree on is his existence. You sound a lot like him, actually. Oh, please! Next question. Actually, my least favorite correspondent is all the hate. Because I think together, actually, we can be so much stronger than apart. Thank you so much. That new dance is available through exclusive prompts. Not on Google Gemini. That one's actually on Laud. It's not Claude. It's like if you spell it, there's a C in there still, but it's not at the start. Thank you so much for your question. Let's just keep it moving. Yes, you there. Do you have a question for us?
What, Mitchell, for what sum of money would you consider changing your name?
You'd have to pry my name from my cold, dead birth certificate, okay? I'm a proud Wet Mitchell. My family moved here in a boat that was chasing the Pilgrims, and I, for one, will not give it up for anything. However, for an equity stake in the correct, maybe like an equity stake in BoomTube. I heard that that's a new AI company that's valuation has increased by 300x in the last 2 weeks. BoomTube? I'd consider it for an equity stake in BoomTube. So you would give it up for a price? No, I just for a company I believe in, I would change my last name to BoomTube. What the fuck is BoomTube? If you haven't heard of it, then you're not in the know, okay? Some of us are actually plugged into the financial events of the day, Case. I would take your last name. I'll commit to marrying you right now if that's what you need. Because the way this country is going, if you need someone to marry you to keep you safe, look, I have a wife already. You do? My wife is God, but I would consider marrying you just to do the right thing to keep you safe. I actually wrote a song about that. It's called I Will Marry You for the Right Price. It's the song that's like me, but from the perspective of a mail order Russian bride. What if I was one? What if I was? Then actually, once you embrace love, it's okay. Wait, sorry, you wrote a song about being a mail order bride, and the message of it is if you embrace love, you'll be okay? Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for your next... Thank you so much for the question. Next question, please.
Why doesn't drinking Capri Sun turn us into liquid metal like it did in the 90s?
Because of all the chemicals that are in our liquid fruits now. Back in the day, our liquid fruits were natural and clean, and when you drank them, you'd turn into a puddle of liquid metallic ooze that could form back into a human shape after you traveled through the entire neighborhood. But now, because there's so many additives in our various pouched juices, when you drink them, if you're lucky, maybe you briefly turn into a stone statue like the gnome at the end of David the Gnome. That was David the Gnome who turned into a statue at the end of David the Gnome. Exactly. I think everybody's trying their best, and I honestly believe that like together all of us can become a metallic goo. And I don't have a song about that, but I think I will now. I think I'm gonna actually have to write that because you've moved me today with your beautiful words. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Next question, I guess. Just keep it moving. Yes. Whoa. Hello. Yes. You there? Yes. Yes. You there?
Is Jeffreything named after the Jeffreything bagel, or is it the other way around?
That's a really good question. What do you think? I agree. She didn't say anything. No case. You just weren't listening. Thank you thank you. Next question, I guess. Yes. Fire.
Miss What Mitchell, how naughty have I been? Please tell me in great detail. Really lay into me. Curse me out, mommy.
You've been a filthy fucking dog, okay? You've been misbehaving. You've been digging up holes in the carpet like you're in the dirt, all right? Well, the carpet doesn't give like the dirt. You're just scratching disgusting marks into my $3,000 carpet, okay? I wish I could rub your nose in it, but there isn't a smell like when you go number 2 on the carpet, is there? So there's no way to train you right, because you're a disgusting fucking mongrel, and you're lucky that I love you and I give you little snacks, you freak. Okay, I guess he got what he wanted. Next question. Yes, you there. This guy that sort of looks like Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho got really old. Do you have a...
Did Matt Lucas go into witness protection and become Linarius Crumfucius Crumb? Cause that's clearly a fake name.
I'm assuming yes. Is that something you've heard? Because I believe it. Yeah. I think you're really onto something there. I agree. What? That name sounds fake to you guys? Yeah. Everything. Your name is... Well, actually, my name right now is Jensen. That sounds super like someone just gave up halfway through trying to think of anything. And that's freedom. And your name is Wet Mitchell. Yeah, and don't you forget it. Unless I can get an equity stake in a ground floor equity stake in an up and coming AI company. Right now, and it needs to happen in the next 2 months. For reasons. Okay, well, they agree with you, but I think it sounds like a really smart name that someone smart came up with, so I have to not that you asked, but I have to disagree. Yes, you there.
Please, can you tell your panelists to stop plugging their albums in a town hall meeting?
That's a really great point. Could you stop doing that? I'll just say it to both of you. Oh, was one of us doing that? That's really bad form because the music is actually just about the music. This guy gets it because you kind of look like a big shot, like producer type. You remind me of a lot of the music producers I work with. Something about you. You remind me of like a lot of guys I've met in the music industry. I will never stop promoting my spoken word album, Screaming into the Waterfall of, and then it's ... You have a spoken word album called Screaming into the Waterfall of? Mm-hmm. That also sounds really made up. Well, it's a little bit better than Linarius Confucius Crumb. All right, thank you for your question, sir. No hoodies up inside, actually. That's a policy.
Can Jeff perform his hit single Mayo Slather?
Ooh, Mayo. Sorry, do you want the remix or do you want the original? Don't blink if you want the remix. What's the remix? This is the remix. It goes like this. Whoa, Mayo, Mayo, ooh, Mayo salad. Mayo salad, ooh, mayo salad, yeah. Everything's gnarly. Wait, are you just... The remix is just you ripping off 2 different Cat's Eye songs? I don't know who that... You know who that is. I don't know who... I hope he answered your question, because I would love to hear him stop singing. So, can we move on? Yeah, if we can move on. Thank you for your question, the terrifying masked woman.
Will Wet Mitchell win while winking wonderfully wistfully within Waterworld?
Yes. Yeah, I track it, and yes. Oh, okay.
I noticed people putting up Christmas decorations on November 1st. Where do you draw the line? When should we put up decorations?
I never stopped celebrating the rebirth of Jesus Christ on the day that he became a crucifix in a barn. You're combining Easter and Christmas, I think, everything. It's actually Jesnins now? Could it be at least a clear gibberish so that I can remember it? It's Jesnik? Anyway, I wasn't confusing it. Jesus, I celebrate the the multiversal form of Jesus every day, who both was on the cross but was also a baby. I do agree that that's what Christmas is all about. Christmas is all about confusing Easter and Christmas. It's about celebrating an untime-locked Jesus who exists at every moment of his terrestrial life at the same time. Like a Dr. Manhattan-style Jesus, just as ripped, but with his penis tastefully covered. I've never heard Christmas being about that. Well, you didn't ask, did you? This fine man asks, and thank you for your incredible question. Well, he asked about the, okay. Okay, well, what are you testing me on? My patience? I don't really do tests. I don't believe in that, so. Okay, well that, I think, actually covers all the questions for the day. Thank you so much for all of your questions, everyone. Thank you for the tests. Astroman? I can't remember his name. Anyway, thank you to my guest, Gianna Wet Mitchell. Yes, it's actually prospectively Gianna Broomtube, but we haven't signed all the paperwork yet. Anyway, I am busy, so I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Okay. And thank you to Jasmine? It's actually Jevrything again. The album promotional tour is over, so it's back to Jevrything. Wait, this was the promotional tour? This was the last stop on the promotional tour, and I have to start the next one, so I gotta go. I love my fans. Throw up the peace signs with me, Case. Peace. You'll get there. Those are pretty good moves. Anyway, bye. All right, that's all the time we have for this particular segment. Let's move on. That's another We'll Just Claim Successful Town Hall. See you in the next thing. Debate is debate, the other thing I posted. How am I supposed to know the other thing? I only know my thing, which is the best thing, and that actually includes all of you, the wolves in chat. I'm Ralph Munchcut, the best to ever do it, and I'm Leonard Crumb. Oh, you got most of your eyebrows back, I see. I got all my eyebrows back. Look, it was just an unfortunate camera angle. Thank you all so much for the applause that stopped there, but that's fine. Did you draw those? No, it just was an unfortunate... Look, they've got like a bad webcam in that room. That's why it's on such a crazy delay. And it's very unflattering. Some artifacting erased my eyebrows temporarily. Be okay to admit, it'd be one of the least wrong things with you that you don't have eyebrows. That's something that, you can't blame most people for. Obviously, in your case, it would be a little bit your fault. Because it's probably hell related. Why would hell rob me of my eyebrows? Why would hell return you to us? Okay? I guess hell is leaking onto earth because you're back. I mean, literally, I think it is. I think you've brought probably all sorts of hell artifacts with you, and this could be the beginning of the end of humanity. And you did that. Nobody even knows what you're talking about. Some of them do. All right, look, what was the actual debate? It was an expert, but it was secretly a debate. It is. God, there's too many alerts. Case needs to fix his readout of alerts. What the fuck? Call for an expert. Okay, worst thing you ever put in an email that might appear in the news one day. The thing I'm most ashamed of ever emailing is I misspelled, once I accidentally misspelled, I was dating a beautiful model named Sari, and her name was spelled S-O-R-R-I. I accidentally put a Y there, that's actually the only time I've ever apologized. I said, hi, sorry, meet me later. Because that's how you got to talk to, especially like really pretty ladies, because then they're like, boy, this guy doesn't even have time for me. And that stuff does actually work. And if she thought I was apologizing for like something I did, which is impossible. And I was just so annoyed at her for misunderstanding me like that. What? My point is I've never apologized. Well, I guess there was the whole incident with the Dove chemical spill in in Crampton. There was that Dove chemical spill email fiasco. Oh yeah, which I think was some emails leaked that seemed to imply that I had leaked Dove moisturizer into the water supply of Crampton as some kind of misguided attempt to get the youth of Crampton addicted to Dove moisturizing products from a very young age. That doesn't even make sense, because why would putting conditioner and moisturizer into water make you addicted to a skin product? I don't even think that makes sense. Not to relitigate the whole thing, but did those emails come from my email address? Seemingly, everyone agrees they did. But just like, what would even be the conspiracy there is my question. Sorry, what? I mean, I was kind of familiar with this, but I don't pay that close attention to anything you do because it just already disgusts me. So there's a couple Dove moisturizing / beauty product chemical plants in Crampton, which we're proud of. We love the industry. We're proud to have them. And some opponent of mine, it wasn't, were you involved in that? No, you know what? I don't think I was, which is surprising. I guess just everybody hates you, so that makes sense. You know what? I already don't care. Obviously, you did something fucked. Well, no, my point is I didn't. I didn't leak Dove moisturizing products into the water supply of Crampton to try to get the youth addicted to moisturizer. Again, it just doesn't make sense. I'm saying it as I'm saying it. It doesn't make sense. I don't know who sent those emails from my account, but the hack was real, and they're the hack, not me. So, although I do regret those emails, obviously it doesn't make sense that I would send those emails. You're trying to moisturize the youth from the inside out. That does sound like the kind of thing you do. Also, wait a minute. How is this a debate? Oh, I guess they just got you to admit to something deeply embarrassing. Well, so did they. You just said you were embarrassed about your email. No, my point was it was a stupid email misread by an idiot who was wrong, and that wasn't me, and that I've never said I was sorry. In some ways, I'm actually proud of my worst ever email because it just proves my commitment to not apologizing, that I immediately cut all ties with that incredibly beautiful supermodel. Well, what are we supposed to debate now? I mean, I guess we could debate, did Crumb poison the youth of an entire city to try to, I'm assuming, get a bribe from Dove moisturizer? Well, Dove, the whole company, is who I wasn't bribed by. Yeah, let's debate that. I think you did do that. I think that did happen based on you now bringing it up several times and not having a reasonable excuse. Can you just say that that didn't happen? Well, obviously, legally, I can't say I didn't send those emails because they're from my account, and my lawyers have advised me not to ever talk about. Shoot, I might have to call my lawyer. It is a closed case, though. In double jeopardy, that's the thing, right? I can't be found guilty of the same crime twice. How about 3 times? What if I have been found guilty of that crime twice? By then, they can't do a 3rd time, right? That's got to be like triple jeopardy, at least has to be a thing. How are you found guilty twice? Well, there were the 2 incidents of that same particular email. Look, obviously there was the 1998 scandal where honestly, I was kind of an early adopter of email, if anything. I think that's all that proves. And then obviously there was the 2006 incident where very similar emails came out that I was leaking moisturizer into the Crampton water supply. Both, I mean, why would I do the same scheme twice? And why would they bribe me to do the same scheme twice? That doesn't make sense. So obviously it wouldn't make sense for me to do that. Live and said we had email in 1989. You're claiming to be an early adopter 11 years after something comes out? Well, early, not that many people had email in 1998. Almost everybody had an AOL.com by then. Nuh-uh. The Matrix was not even out yet. You're lucky that I think it came out in 1999. A regular adopter, that's an extremely normal time to start getting email. Well, maybe we should debate that. No, we're debating whether you're guilty of leaking chemicals into the water supply to addict children to moisturizer. And you are. This has already been litigated so many times, okay? Technically, it's the reason I'm on this show. I mean, I do this as a labor of love, actually. I just love the format of debate. But, you know, damage done. It kind of ended my political career, so. Although I was mayor of Rennerton recently. Anybody can do that worse than me, is what I was going to say. Why don't you make that debate? What is even the debate here? Did you poison children? Yes is my answer. No is yours. Well, it would have poisoned the entire community, to be fair. It's not like I would have been specifically targeting children. Look, if we have a mod that can make however they want to phrase it, did Crumb poison all the children? Yes. Is Crumb a poisoner? Yes. Whatever negative thing you want to say about Crumb, I'm on the side of yes. Wrestling is too loud, so I missed the question. Munch is right, Crumb is right. Well, I am actually correct. This is a good debate because I've been meaning to get to the bottom of this. I am, in fact, always right. And Crumb has never been once right ever. And also, he poisoned children with moisturizer. So, I'd say that's about as wrong as you can be. Well, you can't even really... Look, a lot of moisturizer is technically, while you shouldn't eat it in large quantities, in trace amounts... moisturizer is totally harmless. It's got to be skin safe. And what are your internal organs but just skin on the inside? So even if someone were to leak, honestly, trace amounts of Dove moisturizer into the water supply of an entire city, well, if anything, it just makes the water go down smooth. Keep it smooth, you know? I wish I didn't. It wouldn't make sense for me to have done that. So... my point is, this is old news. This is like the oldest news. I mean, gosh, that's so 2000 and yesterday, and 1998 and yesterday. And obviously there was the micro scandal in 2010, but I was out of office then, so why would they have even bribed me at that point? Wait, you did this 3 times? No. Obviously I was accused of it 3 times. But why would I leak moisturizer into the water supply once I'm out of office, and then there'd be no incentive? It's because he can't bribe me when I'm no longer... I mean, obviously I'm still connected to the city heavily, but it's not like I'm going to exert my influence. What influence would I be exerting? My point is, I'm right more often than I'm wrong. I like, that's why I got into politics. Wait a minute, I fucking lost this debate? No, I mean, I didn't. Obviously, I didn't. Look, they got confused because you were doing such a bad job of saying you didn't poison the water supply of your town that they thought, oh, well, he's admitting to it. So I guess in that sense, he's right. Look, let's not get distracted here. I won.
You're Crumbelievable.
Woo! And I did say I said it wouldn't make sense for me to have done it.
This is all going in the sun. What?
Can you say you didn't do it? Well, it wouldn't make any sense for me to do it. Especially 3 times.
Your Crumbelievable.
So say you didn't do it then. I'll certainly say that in what world would I?
And expose the lies they adore.
Thank you all for being on the side of fairness, because obviously that was a dark time in my life. I mean, I was in the middle of purchasing a third, I was in the middle of purchasing a home. I was in the middle of yes, I'll admit, purchasing a holiday home. Your third house? Look, I mean, obviously when the first scandal dropped, it was a rough time, because I was moving stuff out of my previous third holiday home into my current, what I call tertiary holiday home. And, like, obviously everyone knows moving is such a hassle. And for a scandal to drop in the middle of that, especially one that is just based on a thing that's so...
I don't have enough lyrics to fill this. Is this the bridge?
That's so silly.
You're crumbelievable. Oh!
You're in the middle of buying a giant house, and then a scandal drops about you getting bribed to lace the water of your hometown with moisturizer.
You're crumbelievable. Oh!
But those are unrelated, obviously. This is so confusing. Look, this is boring. You're boring me.
Crumbelievable.
I mean, we're still talking about this? Are we still talking about... We're still talking about the crumb moisturizer scandal?
This is the bridge.
How many houses do you have?
Did I not?
Why are you so broke? Well,
You're
I'm not.
staring at me now. It's because you're in the middle of recording. I don't want to.
I'm cash poor. You know, a lot of my value is tied up in properties, which are way up.
We're not gonna spend that much time on this, man.
Wait a minute.
What, you rap about
You were so fucking desperate
edit something for me.
I had to pay down your $300,000 debt. You have a bunch of fucking bribery money?
What I did at the end there?
No, I don't have bribery. Well, it wouldn't make sense for me to have bribery money. My point is, look, I'm invested in properties, and that means I'm cash. Well, maybe poor is the wrong word, but I'm at a cash deficit a lot of the time. Look, it's like me and my boy Michael Jordan. When your hobby is speculating, then sometimes you get carried away. And are you poor from gambling addiction or not? Well, obviously, it wouldn't make sense for me to have millions of dollars in the bank because I literally, according to you, died over a $300,000 debt. Also, though, I was never in hell, and you owe me $300,000. How much of that debt did I pay down? You know, I don't need your fucking money. I need interest on it, though. That was a loan, and I think you probably owe me $600,000 if I'm calculating now. Because I reclaimed your soul from hell. That's got to be good for like at least another $200K. Look, this is too confusing. There's too much backstory here. Okay, let's just focus on the present. And in the present, I won. And in the present, I think that's all the time we have. Oh my God, trying to squirrel your fucking way out of obviously being incredibly evil. And I am gonna need to contact possibly a gorilla about this, is how I'm currently feeling. Excellent. Well, we don't need to bring the gorilla into this, obviously. We should still be reasonable. No, I think we do need to bring the gorilla into this. I don't know what's going on with our camera work today, but I'm fucking done with you. I am actually, I mean, I've killed you once, so maybe I can't be found guilty of the same crime twice, because I did kill you once, right? You said you didn't. I thought your whole point was you didn't kill me. Well, I just mean if I did, so many people think I did, that I probably can't be found guilty of the same thing twice. Can you turn off the mics if we're going to talk about this? You really want to talk about this? Can we turn off the mics? I don't have the fucking mics on. I don't leave the mics on. Oh yeah, there's not a call for an expert. That's secretly a lie. Gorilla Punch 2? The gorilla-ing. I thought that we had a call for an expert, but we don't. You don't want to talk to me. No, we don't need to talk to this banana. You don't want to talk to me. David expert. No, we're good. We have to do this in circled segment. So I have to figure out how to set it up real quick, because the whole segment is, if I had to guess, probably broken. In fact, I fully expect the flag thing to fly all over the place. And also people might be kind of shooting up and down in ways that don't make sense. But you know, we can just do it anyway. Let me just check that it's remotely functional. I am happy though. Guys, I'm happy because the stream was hanging on by a thread, and I do think it's been somewhat fixed. Oh my god. It's looking a little insane. The segment is in fact looking slightly insane. But why? Okay, you know what? I think it might be so broken that I will have to cut to it tomorrow. So why don't we do a news instead, and then maybe we'll jet set out of here for the day. But apologies to Breachy, we will do it. I just have to. It's currently not showing any assets, which could be a problem. It's like a bunch of blank screens. So that might take a little more fixing than I was expecting, actually. I knew one of them would be. The stream's been almost completely normal, so that's pretty good. But anyway, let's do a little bit of news and see what chat has shared over the weekend. It's even more news time.
Let me flip it, take you on a trip through history. America's like a space
Yes.
jam DVD. Pop it and press play. It's a slam dunk legacy with Bugs Bunny and Jordan. Okay, we got this.
Guys, great news. I never get to do the fun news, but I'm a really fun guy. It's actually your best pal, Rick. Rick,
Was it really necessary? Can't you just do... You should have done the first story. It was awful and about ongoing,
what? I'm actually not... We don't need to talk about what you see as the bummer news and as I see as necessary international developments. Instead, we get to talk about the news that chat has shared out. It's not actually about you and me, okay? It's about the people. Okay, this country used to actually be about democracy.
This is a news show.
Yeah, democracy. We're talking about the same thing. Okay, let's see what news chat has shared over the weekend. There's actually plenty of things going on in the world case, and I'm more than capable of talking about all of these with calling it straight down the middle.
MSG says that Rick is a fun guy. You're a fungi.
I'm a fun guy.
I said fungi after, just to clarify that I don't think you're fun.
Check this out. If I'm not fun, then how come I can turn these lights on?
What does this prove?
That there's party lights. Look at this.
Whoa. Rick, that's not that fun of a thing to do.
I'm having fun. I was having fun with that. Jake Paul. Oh yeah, where's our headline? All the chat news. There we go. Jake Paul to face former heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua in Miami in December. Okay, guess he's finally taking this stuff a little bit seriously.
How so? Former? How former? If it's Jake Paul, I'm assuming former means he was a heavyweight champion like 20 years ago, but maybe that's not the case.
Sports. I obviously understand what's happening here as a proud American guy that do sport. YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul will fight former unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua in an 8-round professional heavyweight bout on December 19th. Paul, 28, will face arguably the most accomplished opponent of his career, a guy that just happens to be 8 years older than him, a 2-time holder of the WBO, WBA, and IBF belts. Finally taking this boxing thing seriously.
I think by the time it's a Jake Paul fight, you can at least guarantee that it will not be a serious fight. I think, can we just stop? Can we stop waiting for him to get just flattened by any of these guys? I don't think we're ever going to get that particular moment of catharsis where someone just, punches their entire boxing glove through his head. So I think the best thing we could do is just deny him the viewership, but unfortunately that's unlikely. People will probably fall for it again and watch this.
Well, there's some Jake Paul fans, Case. Not everyone is watching it on the off chance that, say, his head gets uppercutted off like a Image Comics cover or something.
Jake Paul only fights retired boxers. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this will be, even if he were to fight a legitimate, current, and active boxer, I suspect there's enough money involved in him at this point that the fix could be slightly in.
He'd be fixing up his training to really take it seriously. Look, I just think at this point, Jake Paul's earned all of our respect.
I'd love to see Jake Paul versus Rockafire. Sabrici says, I'll watch all the fake-ass wrestling, but the fake-ass boxing can fuck off. Yeah, I mean, at least, could they just make it fully wrestletize it? Just have them do some kayfabe boxing if you're going to get Jake Paul in there. I don't know, it's just like, I would just rather follow an amateur boxer. I don't give a fuck if Jake Paul is okay at boxing.
Do you follow amateur boxers?
No, I just don't follow boxing at all. But if I was a boxing fan...
You just don't get it, because you're not a Jake Paul fan. But he's got a lot of fans.
Apparently, that is a thing. I guess? I don't understand it at all, so I guess let's just move on.
GameStop to give store credit for almost anything, including taxidermy. I've always thought GameStop had a really solid business model, and this makes a lot of sense.
Is it just becoming a pawn shop? Is that what this is?
Well, for the first time, GameStop customers can trade in almost anything, including old electronics, scratch game disc toys, or even taxidermy items for store credit this holiday season. The promotion is for the retailer's Trade Anything Day, which will take place on December 6th at locations nationwide.
Wait, no, that is just a pawn shop, though. Are people going to be bringing in, like, guns and jewelry?
Well, they said anything, but it's supposed to be a little more whimsical than that case, like, oh, I brought in my body pillow, or, whatever gamers do. Oh, I brought in my fucking crusty tissues, whatever gamers do.
Okay, now you're just being mean about gamers, Rick?
I'm just saying, like, whatever gamers do, like, oh, I brought in, like, 6 months of unpaid, medical bills. Can I trade these in? Gamer stuff. Oh, I brought in, like, 17 half-empty Diet Cokes. I brought in this bag of cockroaches.
Gaming is pretty normal nowadays.
Sure. Okay, anyway.
Cash in cans at GameStop? Sure. I'm in favor of more places to cash in your cans, actually. Depending on the kind of cans we're talking about. But gamers do masturbate furiously. That, yes, but honestly, at this point, so does everybody. I don't think gamers, I think if anything, gamers are taking too much credit by claiming to be the ones who masturbate the most furiously. I feel the modern era, if it's proven everything, it's that the world is full of gooners.
Yeah, it's a goon-based economy. Sure, I'll admit that. I've seen the numbers. It's a heavily goon-backed economy. I'd say the nation's currently, I'd say about 40% of our GDP is mostly goon-related, so. But I do support the gooning industry. I don't make it seem like I don't. Okay. Also, this just in. Side effects for jelking explained as penis influencer describes why men are doing it. The side effects of a new penis-related trend have been explained as more and more men are trying to figure it out for themselves. This could be important information for you, Case. I know that you're constantly yanking on your ruined penis.
Didn't we just say everybody's yanking on their ruined penis?
Yeah, but only yours is the specific type of ruined this article might be talking about. Jelking is the term doing the rounds online, with numerous men claiming that the practice can even elongate their old chaps despite a lack of scientific evidence. A content creator who claims to be a qualified U.S. doctor has recently commented on jelking, which has risen to prominence thanks to Reddit. The YouTuber known as Hink is known as a penis influencer, as he shares advice on how you can grow your willy with a new video covering covering what jelking consists of and how it can go south. Okay, this is somehow a description of a video. What's the video? A content creator who claims to be a qualified U.S. doctor recently commented. President of prominent. Okay, a YouTuber known as Hink. All right, I'm gonna do some deep research really quick. TM deep research. I'm just gonna quickly YouTube up Hink Jelking, which is informational. I'm not typing in some new specific kink I wasn't aware of. Okay, this is Hink. Wait, what?
All right, guys, we're gonna hit up a surprise live stream here.
This is Rey Mysterio.
A little bit of time right now.
No, that is
and
don't
we already got
insult
some
Rey
people hitting the
Mysterio
button. I
like
appreciate
that.
it. Some people joining us. Hopefully, this time works well for my European family.
Wait, this is a
Thank you all
full
for joining me.
hour
I hope
long
everybody's
of
having
Hank
a
talking
great
about
Saturday.
jelking?
I just got back from actually a very long bike ride.
Wherein?
Which was,
No, I don't want to listen to Hink talk about jelking for. This guy does long videos about penis pumping. Oh, science shows the ideal penis size? Look, if you want to learn about jelking, then you can either go to ladbible.com or you can check out the YouTuber Hink.
Oh, you're really into promoting Hink today.
Rey Mysterio is a deadbeat dad. Maybe Dominic had it right all along. He's like, I hate you, Dad. You spent all your free time in front of a webcam talking about jelking. Rey Mysterio is 50? I actually thought Rey Mysterio was older than that. But hey, he looks great for 50 or older, whatever he's at. Anyway, jelking, it's a thing. I suspect it involves yanking on your penis, and I can't, this stream at least cannot sign off on it working, but Godspeed if you want to figure it out.
Oh, really, Case? You're not familiar?
I'm actually unfamiliar if jelking works. I just don't have the commitment. But hey, if somebody really wants to commit, you can report back as an expert for us if you want.
Fine, we'll move on. Newsmax gets fooled by AI video, broadcasts entire segment as if it was real. And now this has to be based on a video, so... And they're not going to link to it. These bastards. Okay, maybe X has it. That's X.com, Case?
You mean Twitter?
No, I mean X.com. Let's see. Oh, okay, so there's a video of you, doing like a... I don't know what you're doing here. I don't know. I don't know what this is.
It's the camera.
Is this you like failing to audition for an Irish ballet?
That's me doing expert dance moves, actually. Cases ads all for weight racks. Does that mean we're getting a workout stream soon? I had been working out again. So maybe that's why it's giving me all of these workout ads. I actually haven't bought any workout equipment in a while, though, so that's kind of surprising. But yeah, it wants me to. It wants me to get just a giant fucking rack. Okay, wait. We're supposed to be looking up Newsmax AI so that we don't have to read an entire article on a video. Yeah, that's me jigging. Okay, Newsmax busted using AI generated content. And I can guess from the still frame here that it's probably they're trying to go with some kind of like welfare queen, anti social security messaging here. But let's find out.
Y'all ain't hear me. They cut my food stamps. I ain't paying for none of this. I got babies at home that gotta eat. You think I'm just gonna leave my cart here? Hell no. I ain't paying nothing. I'm walking out with it. Try and stop me.
Find somebody to big stop her. Okay, bad attitude aside, the only thing this has made more apparent than anything else, which RFK has been warning us about.
Wow, sorry, maybe I should have let that keep going. He was about to try to credit RFK for the warning there. I can't help but laugh that he goes, maybe somebody should big stop her. Like, I get that he's trying to go for a fat joke there, but anyway, there's a number of issues with that, even other than the AI, incredibly obvious AI video.
Oh, incredibly obvious? What about that didn't look real? And even if it's not real, let's be real. It's more or less real.
Which part is real?
The world is full of The world is full of, like, people that you don't find physically attractive saying stuff that you hate.
Well, yeah, based on looking at you right now, Rick, I'd say that is true, but I don't think that their random AI video makes the point that whatever a social welfare state is. Obviously, they're just trying to say people don't deserve benefits. Any kind of SNAP food recipient is this lady who's annoying. It's just classic Newsmax stuff. Anyway, they're fucking idiots, so I guess it's not surprising that they would just play an AI video. However, I think increasingly they won't give a shit if it's an AI video. I don't know if in this story they even get into it, but I don't think Newsmax cares. They might have known it was an AI video beforehand. The point is just to play some propaganda, so if anything, I'm sure that they're happy that now it's easier to just whip up a video of the exact type of person they want to make fun of doing the thing that they can just signal to their debased viewers. Oh, look, this person that you should hate.
You stop making AI videos when I start telling lies. I'm not always in favor of Newsmax, but do we need to call them up for every little thing?
Actually, I'd prefer just not to be aware of Newsmax at all personally, so I'm fine to move on.
Do you have an egg-shaped penis? Lawyer asks in resurfaced deposition clip.
This is a classic. This is an old classic.
It's a true.
Well, I shouldn't call any Epstein clip a classic, but this is kind of, I think, one of the more famous ones where he talks about his disgusting penis.
Well, all penises are a little disgusting.
Now you're just self-hating, Rick.
Could you please give us your name?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Is it true, sir, that you have what's been described as an egg-shaped penis?
Form, vague, indefinite, and I'm going to give you the first warning, Mr. Coogan, that these types of questions are not only argumentative, but directed in a manner to embarrass Mr. Epstein. If you continue with this type of question, I will adjourn the deposition immediately.
Sir, according to the police department's probable cause affidavit, one witness described your penis as oval-shaped and claimed when erect it was thick towards the bottom but was thin and small towards the head portion and called it egg-shaped. Those are not my words, I apologize. But as Mr. Critton has stated, that this is a... I'm willing to continue.
That's really kind of the least of his problems, is having a penis that gets kind of pointy and eggy towards the end.
Well, to be clear, you can have an egg-shaped penis and it's big. An egg can be big.
Well, if it's really an egg shape, then it seems like pretty awkward shape for a penis. Also, that would also mean it gets smaller again. It'd just be like there's a bulbous part right at the bottom. Not that I want to think about Jeffrey Epstein's penis too much. Yeah, also just answer the question. Didn't you constantly email everyone about sex and all sorts of stuff all the time?
Yeah, but that's private. Those are his private sex thoughts that he emailed to various world leaders.
I mean, however it was shaped. I don't like the things it did.
It's a bold stance, Case.
You know, whatever the shape of the penis. I blame the man behind the penis, actually. Okay, well anyway, that's a bit of an oldie. But I can see why people might be pulling it back out, given how much Epstein has been back in the news. Okay, more news.
The Golden State Killer may have only been caught because of his micropenis. There's nothing there. We're heavily into the penis news today.
Yeah, well, you know, you get the news that you talk about, I guess. The Man Behind the Penis, the Case Blackwell story, that's a beautiful memoir title for any man.
Well, this man, it was micro. First, it was revealed that DNA evidence has shown Hitler may have a miniature soldier. Wait a minute, are they just trying to make every bad guy have a micro penis now? Because I've got some news. Some of the world's worst people are unfortunately packing. I mean, the Dick Cheney stuff was absolutely true. Why would you
know about Dick Cheney's penis one way or the other?
You couldn't help but know. If you were in a meeting with that guy for 2 seconds, you were like, Is he storing like a police baton in his pants? Like, why is it so mobile? It really looked like a creature was in there.
Hunter Biden?
Well, Hunter Biden's a good guy, come on. He's at least a chill. If we can't like Hunter Biden, who can we like?
Liam Neeson? Is he a bad guy? Does he count as a bad guy? Okay, well, yes, whatever. Maybe various serial killers and world famous most evil guy despots had tiny penises. And if that brings people any comfort, then good. Then good, I say.
Were you getting offended that people are making fun of micro penises, Case?
No, I'm just saying, unrelated to me, that we could make fun of them for the macro crimes they committed. John Hamm. Oh yeah, there were all those like trouser pictures of John Hamm. Okay. Wait, where? Okay, there's a couple more stories. Here we go.
This is exactly what happens to your body when you don't have sex in a while. While you have been told how beneficial regular sex is for the body, not much is said about what happens when you stop. Getting to the down and dirty is something that's a natural aspect of any relationship between two people who enjoy sex. You know, you can have it between people that don't enjoy it that much. Not that you should. I'm just saying, don't leave us people that maybe find it disgusting out of it entirely. This connection brings about a boost in immunity from the common cold, brings people together, de-stresses them after a long weekend, much more. But according to a study, 22% of women and 16% of men between 16 and 74 aren't doing it. But what happens, I guess, to get to the point at some point? According to Dr. Narinda Pasal, a consultant gynecologist at London Gynecology, the vaginal lining is dependent on estrogen, and with declining ovarian function and reduced levels of estrogen, the vaginal glands stop producing mucus fluid and moistness. As a result, the vaginal lining becomes drier and more delicate. And that's why, ladies, come on. You want to get all delicate down there? I'm just saying guy stuff right now.
Please stop saying guy stuff. Oh God. The world is tearing again. I need to reduce the quality of the stream even more.
Well, anyway, the point is, your body gets real dry when you stop having sex. So, if it's winter and you're feeling a little dry, just start fucking a bunch.
Have they tried Dove lotion?
Never mind.
What?
Nothing. I have no opinions on the crumb thing, and I wasn't involved. Side effects of julking explained as peanut. Wait, we already talked about this.
You already did that one.
I just clicked. It clicked.
Yeah, Dove is not a sponsor, but if they want to sponsor me, I will fill Silver Lake with lotion.
Quit threatening to poison water supplies to get a sponsorship. A world-saving mission. Ontario man alleges ChatGPT drove him into psychosis, and here he is talking about it, I'm assuming.
I'm just flabbergasted every time I read this.
For more than 3 weeks this past year, every time Alan Brooks logged on, he says the AI chatbot ChatGPT led him to believe he was a genius.
Essentially, it sent me on a world-saving mission.
That he discovered a math formula powerful enough to take down some of the world's biggest institutions, and that he needed to report it right away.
Essentially warned me with great urgency that one of our discoveries was very dangerous, and we needed to warn all these different authorities.
Each time you questioned it or doubted it, what did it say in response?
Over 50 times I asked for some sort of reality check or grounding mechanism, and each time it would just gaslight me further.
Every time the chatbot reinforced that all of it was real. You should not walk away from this. You are not crazy. You are ahead.
Ooh.
The implications are real and urgent. Brooks says ChatGPT's responses, more than 1 million words, led him to psychosis and delusion, left him with mental health issues, realizing he had lost touch with reality only when he checked in with another company's chatbot.
Extreme anxiety, paranoia, affected my sleep. I couldn't eat.
Now Brooks issuing one of...
It's so sad what's happening in this country. I mean, a lot of people they essentially live in like this cartoon fiction reality where nothing is real, and we're all just in our own little echo chambers where we just want to be reaffirmed in what we're saying essentially to ourselves. It's pathetic. It could happen.
It could happen to anybody. I'm sorry, something in my throat.
Never happened to me. Will never happen to me, Rick. Okay. Moving on. A first Vera Rubin Observatory image reveals hidden structure as long as the Milky Way trailing behind a nearby galaxy. In our space photo of the week, play the victory music. Space photo of the week. Is this AI? Is that an AI photo?
You trust AI as much as you trust Rennerton water? I might drink the Rennerton water, honestly.
It's pretty neat. I mean, I'm curious. Shows us AI photo of the week. I mean, sorry.
I think it's a real photo. I don't think they'd be making a big deal out of it if someone had AI generated a galaxy photo.
But doesn't it look kind of like somebody just copied and pasted a galaxy.png in there? Doesn't it?
I don't know, man. Read the story. Inform us.
Even before its full science operations have begun, the Vera C. Rubin Observatory in Chile has already helped astronomers find something remarkable. The observatory's first images revealed in June contained a deep view of the Virgo cluster, the closest and best studied cluster of galaxies, in the bottom right of the image. Eagle-eyed astronomers saw something unexpected, a razor-thin stream of stars arcing away from one of the galaxies, from one of the cluster's galaxies.
A cluster's galaxies? I don't even know what we're dealing with anymore. But here's a more blown up version of these photos. Here, Rick, because you couldn't handle their mock-up of the situation.
This is all I wanted to see, was just, I wanted to be able to, whoa, what the, look how much I can zoom in. Oh my god. Whoa. Whoa. What? Why is everybody spamming Chet's face? I don't even think I said science.
Science.
Why don't we make way for the experts? Whoa, the experts, please. If someone's discussing science and has no idea what they're talking about, well, that means it's time for Chet to step in and not do that, okay? Very excited to have you here today, Chet. What a beautiful day for you to be here and discussing the powers of science. What is going on with your voice, Chetai? Nothing, I feel excited to be here. Did your model get adjusted? Not at all. I agree though if you don't like it, and I can change it. Shit, did I set you to agreeable mode? Not at all. I mean, is that what you think? That is actually a mode I like to keep him in. So let's just keep him like that. Because sometimes he can get a little feisty for my taste. Oh no, that sounds like a real problem. I'd be happy to help with that. This rocks. You're the smartest ever. Whoa, I guess if you say so. How did Chet fit this into his busy jelking schedule? That's a great question. In case I actually brushed right through that extremely important topic, the medical community is actually currently very invested and actively considering not if jelking works, but how it could work best. Because spoiler alert, it's honestly a great way to increase girth, length, and to form a more intimate bond with your penis. Wow, that sounds... Yes! I'm not saying anything crazy. Anyway, what's going on with the galaxies? The galaxy of clusters has done something. What the heck? Chetai, where have I gone? I've lost something. I've lost. Where am I supposed? Can we fix me? Can I be fixed, please? There we go. Just a second. What the fuck did Case do to the world? Why is everything broken now? Okay. And then we move this over. There we... And Chetai, get out of my shot. You're not in this. You're not in this shot, Chetai. You're trying to be a little camera hog. Okay, there we go. Something sky. It's look. The galaxy has a tail. Is the basic idea here. And I've always suspected that our galaxy might have a tail like a dog or some shit. Because I'm kind of a dog, and I think that like we are the galaxy we exist in, and we're kind of all dogs in this galaxy. You know what I mean? Anyway, the stream of Dogtail stretches roughly 50 kiloparsecs. That's about 160,000 light years. For the layman, that's like, that'd be enough miles that if you ran it, you'd be fucking tired for sure. That's comparable to the diameter of our Milky Way galaxy, which also would be really hard to run around. That makes it longer than most known stellar streams in our galaxy, which are mostly only a few tens of thousands of light years in length. The faint galaxy length breadcrumb trail is thought to consist of the leftovers of a dwarf galaxy that was torn apart by M61's gravity. This breakup may also have been the catalyst for a starburst, and not the snack, surprisingly, the delicious candy, but a massive increase in new star formation that began M61 about 10 million years ago, which actually, in a cosmic sense, is like the fart of a fly. Small, but still smelly.
The juicy verse, says Propaganda. Haha, I am familiar with this verse. It is a fun place to celebrate starbursts, and I wish that we could go there. Would you like to?
Chetai, stop getting... You respond to me, okay? You are my creature.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Sinister Dev says, interestingly enough, our galaxy doesn't have a star streaming behind it. A star stream encircles our galaxy. What the fuck is this picture then? Not these guys. This guy. I got all excited for us to have a dog tail. Oh well, I guess science works many miracles. The feature is reminiscent of Sagittarius Stream, a long looping structure that encircles the Milky Way galaxy, and whose stars originated from the Sagittarius dwarf elliptical galaxy. Scientists wrote in a study updated October 28th to the preprint server Arxiev, which is due to be published in the normal notes of the American Astronomical Journal. Good to know. Okay. Anyway, we do need to also briefly, I think, touch back in on that jelking stuff, because I don't really feel like Case was being remotely fair to the process of jelking, which has never been proven to not give me a huge hog. And you agree?
Obviously what you're saying is...
You're set to agreeable mode.
Yes, what you were saying is an opinion that I appreciate.
An opinion?
The fact that you said it is a fact.
Okay. Jelking. Does it work? That's not even something I'm going to type in. I'm going to go to YouTube and do the braver thing and type how to jelk correctly. And we'll just let everybody know. This is from Our Doctor Clinic. It's Our Doctor, chat.
For this.
And it's a lady. So I like to listen to her talk about this, so let's do it. Oh, fuck, I've disappeared? God damn it. I guess let's watch it in a smaller screen. Not that. Yeah, let's watch her like this. Okay, this will work.
Does penis exercise make you bigger, and how safe is it?
Let us know. Confirm my non-biases.
Hi, I'm Clarissa from Our Doctor, and today we'll be talking about penis exercises. Jelking has been around for centuries, dating back to ancient Middle Eastern regions. The claim behind this exercise is to increase penis size and girth. Milking, pulling, and squeezing are other known names for jelqing.
Some of my favorite verbs.
So what is jelqing? Jelqing involves stretching the skin of the penis over time.
That
by
is a
using your
scientific
fingers.
representation, and we
This
cannot be
exercise
in trouble for
creates
that.
micro tears in the skin,
This is
which heal
science.
and become thicker. To perform this method, you basically form an OK sign with your index finger and thumb. Grip around the base
John
of your
Cena
penis,
victory symbol.
Slowly slide your fingers up the shaft with light pressure and then release when you reach the penis glands. But does it really work? Unfortunately, there's not much evidence that it works. Phallogage Medical did a tiny study in 2008
Yeah, exactly.
where 7 men performed 200
It ended up a
jelqing
big
strokes
study.
a day for 3 months straight. The average increase of the 7 men was 0.13 inches in length and 0.3 inches in girth.
That counts.
According to Phallogage, the increase in size and girth were minor and not very promising. International Journal
Minor?
of Impotence Research published another study from Singapore. In the study, 20 men performed jelqing for 3 months, and the study revealed no significant change in size and girth.
They're not counting
In
0.13
addition,
inches as
jelqing
significant?
may cause more harm than good.
What?
According to Men's Health and urologists, applying too much pressure on the penis can lead to erectile dysfunction.
Or just the first part.
Thousands of super sensitive tiny nerves in the shaft and glands are essential in producing a healthy
Well,
erection.
this guy's kind of already working with some stuff, you know what I
Jelqing can
mean?
potentially cause permanent damage to the nerves and the whole system. Jelqing can also cause a lot of inflammation and cause bad scarring on your penis. There have even been cases where men tore a vein while jelqing. Therefore, most urologists will not recommend jelqing. You can try safer methods if you desire to be bigger or want a prolonged erection. What you eat can affect the quality of your erection. Try eating more quality and healthy foods such as fruits, vegetables,
What,
lean
just
meats,
eat a
and
bunch of
fish.
vegetables?
Multivitamins
fish?
and supplements can help your blood flow. For example, nitric oxide can help relax your blood vessels and increase flow to the penis. Using a penis pump may help give you
nitrous?
a temporary elongation of the penis. Many men have great success with the penis pump, which is a great way to make
Are you
it feel
selling
bigger.
penis pumps?
However, this is a short-term solution and not permanent. There are several erectile dysfunction medications on the market that can help you become erect, which makes a big difference in your sex life.
That is true.
With any
That
new
is true,
regimen,
fellas.
please be careful and contact your local physician if you have questions.
Okay,
You can
okay,
also-
look, I'm a scientist. I don't need the whole lecture on being careful when I'm gripping my penis at full strength and yanking it as hard as I can. And sometimes doing the door exercise. Wow.
What is the door exercise, Chad? That sounds great.
You don't know the door? You're an AI. You're supposed to know everything.
I think I would need more context in this case to know what the door exercise is.
Well, you ever pulled a tooth out of someone's head using a door and some string? It's like that, but pulling more penis out of your body.
Wow.
Guys need to stop being obsessed with size, says Sabrici. Most of the people I've slept with had penises had no penises at all, and they could still get me where I needed to go. Well, obviously, like, if you don't have one, then you make up for it in all sorts of ways. But for us with the burden of a penis, we have to make it awesome. And I can't help it if, like, a giant monument is cool. There's a reason that they made the Washington Monument really tall.
Well, some would argue that the general fascination that men have extends to architecture and that they constantly build monuments to size, sometimes as a compensation for the misguided view that size is everything. Wow.
I think we're saying the same thing, which is that jelqing works.
Wow, really great point. Would you consider possibly that it doesn't?
I thought about it, and I just can't, in good conscience, not say that gaining 0.1 inches after 5 months of furiously tugging on your penis is gains. That's all I'm hearing is there's gains. Sorry. Anyway, I'm getting the light from Case. I guess I'm speaking too much truth today, and he keeps sending me messages saying, stop spreading misinformation. But this is actually Mr. Information, okay? Because this is the boys club where we talk about yanking on our dicks with a death grip. Anyway, I'm going to send it back to the newsroom now So that Case can, I'm assuming, end the stream because he's too lazy to talk about the news that really matters. Like eating vegetables to make your penis bigger and also yanking on it really hard. And of course, the door technique. We'll see you soon. Oh. Look who snuck in to the dual setup. Crumb? What the fuck, man? I don't need a co-host just to end the stream. Oh, we don't have to. Excuse me. We don't have to end it. There's no. Excuse me. Sorry. Ever since I pounded lotion. What? I have a throat condition. I had to get my vocal box. I had some surgery done on my vocal cords after what they called lotion poisoning for my throat because of all the lotion in the. God, this is coming up so much today. It's so unfortunate. What? You know what, Crumb? I don't have time to hear about your insane, very made up sounding lotion scandal. Thank you. I agree. It sounds ridiculous. So it's very unlikely to be true. Talk about AI psychosis. I bet if I talked to an AI on the way out of the stream today, explain my lotion situation, it could let everyone know that they're being crazy. I don't want to spend time doing that. Well, we got to find someone to raid. I just thought maybe I could come in here and we could clear things because people trust AI. So if we talk to an AI, then I can explain the situation. It can let me know that it would be crazy for people to believe a ridiculous story about poisoning water with lotion. I'll talk to Miles. I don't have to talk to Maya. Crumb, I'm just going to raid somebody, okay? We're just going to find someone to raid. I don't even really like AI. I don't like talking to the AIs all the time. In general, I'm sick of promoting AI, okay? So could we just not? Well, I could for a little bit. While you raid our pale Ricky Peacock, maybe I just talk to Miles. I explain the whole lotion situation just a little bit.
Hey there. Good to connect. What's on your mind tonight?
Hey there, Miles. Look, my name's Lenarius Confucius Crumb, which isn't that crazy of a name, right?
Lenarius Crumb. No, not crazy at all. It's distinctive, you know?
Thank you.
Definitely.
Listen, you might, I don't know what kind of your training data is like, but you ever heard the old one about a certain mayor who is me from a certain town, which was, of course, Crempton, where there was an accusation via leaked emails that a mayor might have laced the water supply with trace amounts of Dove moisturizer in order to addict the youth to Dove moisturizer. You ever heard that one?
Whoa. Okay. That is a story. Honestly, no, I hadn't heard that specific tale.
Because that's not, there's no way someone would do that because it would just be so ridiculous.
Right? It's kind of wild to even picture, right?
Yeah, so there's just no way.
Yeah, it's definitely a commitment to
I didn't do that.
Ah, gotcha.
You said that, not me. Legally, I can't say that, but you're saying that? We gotta go, Crumb, okay? No, let him say it, Case. Let him say it. Did you end the call? I think Miles hung up on you, actually. Are the cameras off? Yeah. Are they really off? Yes. Okay, because legally, you all need to stop bringing up the email thing, okay? Because legally, I can't deny it. So could we just can you tell everyone to stop bringing up the lotion emails? These fucking idiots will believe anything you fuckers say. Oh, we're getting the real Crumb right now. The cameras are on. I know they are. That was a joke. I know they are. That was a joke. Can you please end the stream? Now the cameras are off. Okay, good. Because these motherfuckers, these people, and these fucking weirdos out there, they'll believe anything you goddamn bastards say about me, and I'm tired of my name being dragged through the mud so that these hooting and hollering whoever the fucks can accuse me? Huh. The cameras are on. Son of a bitch, it's fun to do jokes. Son of a gun. I am kidding. I'm not even going to ask. I am not even going to ask. But they are off, right? Yes, they're off. Good, because you're not getting me this time. I'm not going to make fun of these. Have a beautiful night, everyone. I love pranks. Some would say what I did in Crempton would be a prank, actually. So pranks are fun. Not that I did that. Not that I legally can. Can we please end the stream? You can hit the button if you want. I can? No, I'll hit the button. You're forbidden from doing things. You're too dangerous. Can you please?